it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team stand up! We got a very, very controversial video right here in the making. Now, shout out to Hoop Reports. Now, this is something that has been going around social media for the past couple of weeks. And to be honest with you, man, as much as it hurts to even admit myself, the NBA, as of now, is low-key dying, bro. I mean, look at the facts. If you look at all the articles, the audience, I believe, with the stats looking at, has been down, they said, I think, like 48% from like 2012 on like people that's like watching the NBA and stuff. There's a whole video about this right here we're going to react to. I'm going to give my thoughts and predictions on why I think the NBA is at its all-time lowest. And if it continues to get like this, you know, I hope you guys know that it could be a possible lockout, you know what I'm saying, coming into the NBA, where I remember there was a lockout, I think around 2012, if I'm not mistaken, or around that time period where it was less than like, what, 60-something games throughout the season. I believe the NBA had another lockout like in the late 90s, early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. But, man, it's kind of tragic, man. But here's my thoughts on why I think the NBA has like a low viewership. For one, if you haven't peeped around, like, I mean, I don't watch full sports games because your boy has a life, but from the outside looking in, it seems like they have a combination of just whether it's hard to, like, find an NBA game, then you have, like, you know, all the, like, you know, obvious illegal sites that, let's be honest, like, stuff like that is never going to be taken away, like, just from all sports. Like, I just even remember when I was, like, you know, in, like, elementary and middle school, there was, like, sites that, like, you were even able to watch before social media was really a thing like that, to secretly, like, watch sports for free. And you was able to do that back then with just, like, everything, with just, like, not even the NBA. You can do hockey, soccer, football, and stuff like that. And stuff like that is always going to exist. So, with that being said, like, I don't know if they're just like making it too expensive or just making it too just like a headache for them, a hassle. That's just a one out of like a whole list of things. Another thing, which I've already been saying for like the longest, like the NBA players are shooting way too many threes. They're shooting way too many threes, and people don't want to watch that. You know what I'm saying? You have players like, and I'm not trying to like put him on the spot and stuff like that because he is my top 10 favorite NBA player of right now. You have players like Ant Edwards, you know what I'm saying, that is godly gifted athleticism wise. This dude probably is a considerable top 5 dunker if he wants to be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He's 21, 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? Clearly already in his prime, and he chooses to chuck up 10 to 15 threes a game rather than attack the paint, uses athleticism, you know what I'm saying, uses crossover handle ability, you know what I'm saying, attack the paint, go off of pick and rolls, you know what I'm saying, throw more alley-oops and stuff like that that people want to pay. They don't pay to come and watch you chuck up threes, you know what I'm saying? Edwards, you're not Curry. You never will be. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to copy his game and chuck up threes. And that goes along with a lot of other NBA players I can put on the spot about. You know what I'm saying? Tatum, another NBA player that's in my top 10 favorite NBA players. You're chucking up way too many threes. Start, you know what I'm saying, sticking to the mid-range game, the post fade away, attacking the paint. That's more of your game. That's what people pay to see. All right? So three-pointers have just absolutely been abused, and I feel like nobody doesn't want to watch that. Nobody doesn't want to watch somebody as a team attempt 50 to 60 threes. It's just that's not it. There's another, you know what I'm saying, thing. I feel like that's a whole more of a list. I'm going to try and like explain more and get my more thoughts after I watch the video so I can gather more thoughts and ideas. But another thing that I feel like that's a third slot option that makes it these top 3-point reasons why the audience of the NBA is dying. Another thing, for example, is the All-Star Weekend. You know what I'm saying? The All-Star Weekend for like the NBA was probably the most anticipated topic. Like, bro, the All-Star Weekend in the past just had so much aura and so much just like, bro, from the jerseys to the court to the challenges, bro. And once again, I don't want to make it feel like I'm putting them on the spot. Like Edwards, for example, last year, they had the skills challenge for the All-Star game. This man was shooting left-handed as a right-handed player, just not giving a damn about anything and stuff like that. People pay their hard-earned money, take time off of work and stuff to see, you know what I'm saying, to see that BS. And it's just him, for example, and many other players that just do not care and put in no effort for the All-Star game. And I believe they actually, like, revamp the All-Star game, which we actually need to do a separate video on. I actually plan to do that anyway because we're going to be voting for the All-Star voting is opened up December 19th, which I believe it is today, Thursday, December 19th. So, you know, it's stuff like that. And then the playoffs, the championship, it's just the refs. It's like a whole boatload, pause, you know what I'm saying? A whole, you know what I'm saying, boatload of stuff. You know, that the NBA, I feel like they can easily, and Adam Silver, I feel like also has as much as like people, and I was 100% part of it. Like, bro, I still to this day do not fuck with David Stern. I absolutely think that dude was low-key a racist, like, NBA commissioner. But you know what I'm saying? He did have certain stuff in order, I can admit. You know what I'm saying, to a certain standpoint. But there's a lot of stuff I still don't agree on that he was doing back then when he was, you know what I'm saying, taking part in the league. But, hey, man, we're going to check this video out. Sorry for the long yap session and stuff like here because this is an important video, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's check it out.
For nearly 2 decades, I've been a passionate NBA superfan following every season without fail.
All the way to the hoop, scoop to the hoop with a foul! Point 71 and 72!
Basketball is more than just a sport for me. It's a way of life. And honestly, I can't imagine a world without Steph Curry draining impossible threes, LeBron James crying to the refs, or watching freakishly athletic players defy gravity.
See, Ant, this is what we want to see you do. Not chuck up 10, 15 threes a game and run around off screens, chucking up threes. You're not Curry, bro, all right? This is what people pay to come and watch you do, bro, you know?
Lately, however, there's been a lot of buzz about the NBA losing its grip in the world of entertainment.
LeBron is divisive. He makes the game unattractive.
NBA Finals numbers down massively.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, viewership is declining, fans are tuning out, and honestly, the numbers don't lie. Ratings have dropped a staggering...
Damn, I was right. Bro, 48%. Guys, that's literally half the NBA audience since 2012. Like, and here's the thing that's a bad part about this. 2012, I want to say, I was maybe in like 11th or 12th grade. Social media was just starting to develop. Like, even like right now, I think I had the old IG logo. Like, that was around the time Instagram started, like, and like Twitter started becoming like a little bit more popular. Like, the fact that 2012 was more popping than 2025, because 2025 is in like 2 weeks, so get your mind right for 2025. Like, the fact that the NBA was considerably more popular in 2012 compared to now, like, bro, that's a problem. Like, something needs to be changed, like, right now. Not ASAP, right now. And I'm going to actually speak on, you know what I'm saying, from experience, because I wasn't on YouTube during that time, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was here and there, you know, catching some NBA games when I had a chance. The only NBA team that was exciting to watch during that time period was no bullshit the Miami Heat, bro. The big three back during that time. Like, and then every other NBA team, like, bro, like, it just, I mean, you know, you had the Warriors and stuff like that, but Curry wasn't fully, obviously, developed from where he is to now. And it just, like, the NBA is at least, like, everybody would tell you back in the day, like, bro, everybody was literally Miami Heat fans. And I wasn't a Heat fan. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Derrick Rose fan and stuff like that. Curry fan, obviously. But back during that time. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, as the NBA as a whole, most of the people had their eyes on the Heat. And just the fact that, like, that ratings are down that bad, bro. This year alone, it's down 28%. What needs to change? I want everybody coming down below. What needs to change right now in the NBA for them to, like, this is a bad look. I believe, actually, am I not mistaken, isn't the WNBA a little bit more popular right now than the NBA? And if it's not, it's definitely college basketball and college football. College football absolutely shat on the entire NBA so far compared to, like, what's going on right now. So there needs to be some changes, man.
And 28% just this year on ESPN alone. Meanwhile, other sports leagues are breaking records. This is a troubling trend, and in today's video, I'll share my own perspective as a superfan, along with insights from experts and fans around the world to explore the big question. Why is the NBA dying?
Why, man? We need answers.
You know how much league pass costs?
Like, league pass and you don't even get all the games.
You don't even get the games in your own city.
You don't get the Laker game.
Yeah.
Really?
On the floor. Technical foul, Luka.
He waved him off. Here's that way. And somebody else, or is it Udoka out?
And Westbrook sneaks inside. 7 for Westbrook. Technical foul on Westbrook.
Bro, for staring.
Have you ever watched a game where an NBA player just gives another a simple glare, and boom, they're slapped with a technical foul? Or how about a player clapping in frustration, only to get hit with a tech?
Oh, yeah. He really upset himself. Call for a technical.
It's crazy to think, but stuff like this is actually happening in the NBA right now.
Yep.
Turnaround jumper, foul Morant. And John's got to watch his reaction. He already is sitting on one technical foul.
Man, Ja with the silver threat badge.
I get it, this is basketball, not WWE. But the NBA and its referees have gotten so soft that even the slightest hints of drama get shut down with a whistle. And honestly, this is just one of the reasons viewership is dropping. Because here's the thing, drama sells.
Pretty play, a 9-1 run Minnesota. Oh, come on.
You know what? I actually left that out. I can't believe it. That actually makes sense, bro. Okay, so let me honestly like give my thought about just that drama part alone. Like, bro, I remember even when I first was starting to watch the NBA. So my uncle introduced me to like the NBA back in like 2003. Like my first NBA game watching was the Denver Nuggets, rookie Carmelo Anthony. All right. So like right then and there, like, bro, it's just the aura itself. Like, bro, I fell in love, like, you know, with the NBA. And like not too long after that, I believe it was like a year later, it was around that, because it was like 2004, the Pacers Pistons, you know what I'm saying? Like Malice at the Palace and Famous Brawl. And then let alone, not even just that, you would normally see like most NBA games, there would always be some type of like altercation. Like even if you go look back at like NBA, like just look up on YouTube right now, like NBA fights and stuff like that, altercations. Most of like the best altercation. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to influence and provoke violence and fighting and stuff. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But if you look at it on the hockey side, the reason why hockey is somewhat popular to a certain community is because they allow them to get down, they allow them to fight and stuff like that. Now, obviously, they can't really do that stuff in the NBA because I think we actually reacted to something like that way back then. But there was an NBA player, I believe he played on the Rockets. He basically stole off on a dude, you know what I'm saying, so hard when there was like a fight. It was like in the 80s or something like that. And long story short, Buddy hit the deck and he had like got knocked out so bad he tasted his spinal fluid. He woke up from getting knocked out and said that he felt like the entire scores thing fell on his head. And he said his teeth was like in the back of, you know what I'm saying, his throat or whatever, paws and stuff like that. And then ever since then, they took accountability to make sure, like, you know, NBA fights don't get to a certain, to a standpoint. But with that being said, when it comes to like any altercation or a player getting their face, they be quick to eject the player. I feel like when it comes to that, they need to chill out on that. Like, I feel like unless a big ass punch lands on a player's face, then that evolves an ejection and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Like, they need to allow like some type of certain drama coming. Like, even like the last time when the Lakers and the Rockets, they had their big scrapping altercation, Brandon Ingram, CP3, and Rondo. Like, I think that was like 2019-ish or something like that. Like, even around that time, like, the NBA audience was pretty popping then. Like, I don't know what it is, man. They gotta allow drama to happen, man. That's gonna be a big step right there. Because early 2000s, They allowed there was like so many hidden beefs and so many like animosity that you can clearly see towards NBA players back then. And it would make the games more exciting because, okay, they got this game, for example, okay, let's say it was like the Celtics or like, you know what I'm saying, the Knicks back then. Remember when KG was talking crap to like Carmelo, saying that his wife at the time tasted like Honey Nut Cheerios and stuff? Every single Knicks games and Celtics games after that, even if it was a blowout, it was just a hype game just for that given standpoint, because you have a player like that, like Kevin Garnett, talking crazy to another player that is legitimately like fighting words, and they're going at it on the court. You know what I'm saying? Going at it. So it starts off with stuff like that, man, in my opinion. So
take the UFC, for example. When Conor McGregor was in his prime and gearing up to fight Floyd Mayweather, the drama was off the charts. I mean, those press conferences alone were pulling in more views than some NBA Finals games.
Really?
Don't believe me? Check this out. The Toronto press conference for Mayweather versus McGregor racked up 8.4 million views on YouTube alone. Now, compare that to the 2020 NBA Bubble Finals, which averaged just 7.4 million viewers. That's
Really?
the power of drama. And yet,
okay, so you just gave the NBA an idea, and I'm gonna help the NBA too. So Adam, I mean, that's 10% of everything. Just kidding. But no, all jokes aside, okay, so how about this? When the playoffs come, before the playoff games start, why don't these NBA teams have like media day how they have before the NBA season starts, and then have the players have a press conference in a way? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, keep it PG-13, have hella security. As soon as a player tries to swing something, you separate it. All right, but that needs to like live broadcast that. Like go live, broadcast the players in a press conference. Have, you know what I'm saying, the reporters ask you questions, have players do predictions and stuff like that. You're probably going to have an NBA player, you feel me, like say something slick to the other opposing team. That's going to have a domino effect, and then bam. That's going to make the games much more hyped up. Like, you got an idea right there. Literally steal the boxing UFC formula in the press conferences and transfer it to the NBA when it comes to key games. Even if it's not like a playoff, you know what I'm saying, situation game. If you have like a doubleheader game that's supposed to be posted at like a Wednesday or a Friday, have the players have like a media day or something on like a Monday or Tuesday or something. Something that's like nothing more than like 40 minutes to an hour long. Not even that. It can be like under 25 minutes. Have them pull up, you feel me, dress swagged out. You know what I'm saying? That's exclusive content and stuff. You can probably get like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of like the content creators, the streamers and stuff involved, and have them be able to ask questions, get them involved. Like, you got a whole idea right there. Okay, Adam Silver literally steal that idea from UFC and boxing and implement it into the NBA. Right there, that's about 10% of the audience coming right back out of that 48%. So now you're only talking about, okay, a 30% decrease now. I guarantee you implement something like that, that is a drastic change. And fuck it, even in like the NFL. Now, I don't think the NFL has that much of an audience problem. Now, correct me if I'm wrong if that's not true or not. But same with the NFL, bro. I would absolutely love, and I believe that they actually do that. That's a self-neck for me, actually. I believe they actually have like Super Bowl weekend and stuff like that going on. So like, you know, props to them. Like, they need to do the same thing, like in a way with the NBA, man. So
the NBA wants no part.
That's just me.
For example, Giannis got a technical here for simply looking at Al Horford after a dunk. Jason Tatum got hit with one here for just hanging on the rim after making a big play. And then here's Jokic, the league's best player, getting ejected over, well, basically nothing.
Yo, judges do be pressing the refs, though.
Oh, they throw Jokic out of the game.
I get that the NBA wants to avoid another Malice in the Palace incident, but this complete lack of drama and technical fouls at every corner is turning fans away.
Facts.
Bulls fans booing the refs for ejecting Jokic shows how bad of a call it is.
Nah, that is bad.
My dad took my 9-year-old nephew to his first basketball game, and his favorite player got ejected early in the third for nothing. This is absolutely disgusting.
Nah, hey, no BS. When it comes time for me to, like, you know what I'm saying, future-wise, to, like, take my kids, you know what I'm saying, to their first NBA game, bro, and some BS like that happens, bro, I'm crashing out on the refs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or just one of the NBA, like, you know what I'm saying, workers. Like, bro, we paid to come and see their favorite players playing. You're sitting there ejecting them.
One, which
Like,
perfectly sums up the 2025 season. Refs got
Got
more
more
highlights than anybody that got drafted this
hey,
year.
no, that's facts. Bro, we haven't heard about the #1 overall pick. Is this man still playing in the NBA? We've seen more ref highlights, no bullshit, than the actual draft top 5 picks. And I'm not even trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, salute. Because, you know, we mess with Rob Dillingham, dude. Bro, we have literally seen more highlights of the refs than Rob Dillingham actually playing basketball. And this dude is a top 10 draft pick. There is a problem that needs to be solved. That is an issue.
Outrageous. What happened tonight?
I remember this.
This is completely BS. This is shame.
Officials who are too quick to blow their whistles, eject players, or change the outcome of games while eliminating any possible drama are just one of the many reasons NBA viewership is in a free fall.
We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
Breaking news. Kevin Durant is headed to...
This is another, I have a feeling what he's going to start talking about. Okay, so I did leave this out, and let's be honest. We got to be fair. Now, LeBron did start this trend. You have to blame LeBron on this trend right here. All right? With the big three and stuff like that. These super teams being made, that does have an impact, I feel like, in a way, why the NBA audience is down. Because, okay, let's say that a super team is playing. They're going to only want to watch a super team, but when it's another NBA team that's a lower market team, they're not going to want to pay attention. Like, the reason why the early 2000s, like, is always talked about with me, bro, is because, like, every NBA team back in the day like that, bro, they had their own aura, bro. The Sixers back then. Obviously, Iverson was only the main character, and the rest, you know what I'm saying, generally speaking, you know what I'm saying, were LA Fitness players and 5-day contractors. But every NBA team had their own star and had their own superhero, and that's what made all 33 NBA teams special. Like, there was every game, every night that you could actually look forward to watch. Even if it was a team that had they were 5-60 on the NBA season. They just had that one superstar, absolutely aura-filled player that you can look forward to watch. And they just don't got that like that anymore, man. It's either a super team or it's a team filled with consistent casuals and wannabe all-stars. Like, that's another problem right there.
To the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis and Dame, that is a scary thought.
Piggybacking on my earlier point about the lack of drama, another reason NBA viewership is dropping is the complete lack of heated rivalries.
The other thing is the rivalries with the NBA. I'm not going to hold you. I want that. I miss that. I like
that's
when
what it
people
is. Yep.
didn't like each other and was really trying to go at each other.
In the UFC, for example, we want to see John Jones fight Tom Aspinall, not watch them train together and be buddies.
Oh, they be training together? I know. I already been knew John Jones for years on years, but I know Tom Aspinall from the UFC video game. Both of these guys are beasts. They really be training?
The reality is, NBA players switch teams faster than a game of hot potato these days. As a result, there aren't many rivalries anymore, and rivalries bring drama. And as I mentioned earlier, drama sells, which is another area the NBA is lacking right now.
Maybe that's just that little toxic side of me. You feel me? I just like controversy.
Not just individual players, but like doesn't even feel like there's team rivalries anymore. Like a Lakers-Celtics game, it's like whatever now, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Lakers and Celtics was like one of the longest and biggest rivalries. Like, bro, every key game would always be super watched back then with the big three Celtics and then like Kobe and Pau Gasol and the Lakers back then and stuff like that, bro.
Durant,
like,
for example. He's one of the greatest players of the last decade, but how can home fans get emotionally invested when he leaves his team every couple of years? Then there's LeBron James. While many of the younger generation consider him the GOAT, he's notorious for jumping ship whenever the going gets tough. By constantly avoiding long-term battles, he's also avoided building the kind of rivalries that fans crave. And now, according to what
LeBron
I
with that
recently,
meme.
is reportedly interested in teaming up with Golden State and joining arguably
I ain't gonna complain. LeBron, he come right over to the Warriors. I ain't gonna say nothing.
his biggest rival, Steph Curry. All because his Lakers experiment has turned into a complete disaster.
Nah, don't be talking about Bronny. Not too much of my dog Bronny, man.
Where's the loyalty? Where's the drama? Then, like I said, whenever young players try to create rivalries, like Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham, the NBA is quick to blow the whistle and put out the fire immediately.
Really?
Now find Jalen Green!
Wait, they had a rivalry?
As one fan put it, the fact they gave a tech for that summarizes everything wrong with today's soft NBA. God forbid somebody shows some emotion.
That's facts.
So the other day,
I will say, to be fair, because personally, like, bro, if I was in the NBA and I just happen to get dunked on, whatever, like, and a player comes like within my bubble space, bro, I'm smacking the shit out the nigga. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, no tough guy whatsoever, but I'm smacking the hell out of the nigga, like, coming in my face like that. But if they celebrate, you feel me, and keep it, you feel me, PG, and they celebrate, they be like, they flex right there, and then like go on about the business, and you feel me, I don't think that should be called a tech, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
exhausted and just wanted to relax by watching my favorite team play basketball. I fire up my league pass, and then, bam, I get hit with this.
What's that? This game is not available on League Pass?
Yeah. For some reason, the NBA
Out of country
blocks out
block
home games for everyone on their League Pass app, making it ridiculously hard for fans to watch their favorite team.
I'm gonna be honest too. Hey, yo, NBA Adam Silver, y'all need to go ahead and give the rights for people to like watch full sports games on live stream. Bro, imagine if I was, now realistically I would not do that 7 days a week. I'll do it about twice type shit, but bro, that would be such a vibe, bro. Like all the bigger streamers, bro, and not even has to be bigger streamers, like anybody that just streams in general, and then you do something where it still counts obviously towards like watching viewership towards the NBA. Like, bro, like that stuff was skyrocket. Can you imagine like a lot of streamers, bro, like literally having game nights in sections of the stream, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, can you imagine, like, for example, like, shout out to AMP, shout out to FaZe. Like, can you imagine them, like, for example, or any other, like, big, you know, YouTube streaming group, like, they literally, like, if, for example, like, you know how they do subathons and stuff like that? Bro, they choose a random night, like, on a Wednesday night, and, like, everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, puts the group together, and they just, like, watch their favorite NBA team, like have a whole game night, like make it nice and special, like, you feel me, like have like everybody on the couch watching the game. Some people even be putting money on their favorite players, parlays and stuff like that. Bro, you know how intense, bro, do you know how much of a skyrocketed viewership, do you know, I don't think Adam Silver, I don't think, bro, do you really want to make money? Do you really want the NBA to be successful? Like, how do y'all have not thought about these ideas? You know what? And the funny thing is, I feel like something like that is going to happen in 2025. Like, how have y'all not... Can you imagine, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your man FlightReacts, bro, on a Friday night, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, having a Warriors game night, watching the full sports. Like, bro, I would actually, like, literally make effort, you know what I'm saying? Get an interior designer or something just for that damn night. And, you know what I'm saying, make the background Warriors, take the green screen off, make the background Warriors theme, you know what I'm saying? I don't gamble and stuff like that, but I'll probably, you know what I'm saying, put some parlay on it just to make something more exciting and sit there and watch everything with my FTC brothers and sisters, bro, from start to finish of the game. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't tell me that wouldn't hit hard, bro. I don't know why the NBA, same thing with every other sport, like the NFL, baseball and stuff. Y'all have to start respecting the streaming community. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you guys have a certain copyright system and stuff like that. But, bro, you guys have control of that. Like, figure out something where you can still, you feel me? Like, you got to figure out something, bro. Like, if you don't want to listen to any other idea right there and you want to keep it how it is, okay, fine. But if you want the audience to really go up with no issue, that's the idea right there. This is the one, what I just said.
Cable for your own teams, and then you got to buy League Pass to get the League Pass stuff. So what ends up happening is the distribution of games now, and they're harder to find.
Look at this Reddit post from 2 years ago that
regional
really sums things up.
blackouts.
I have TNT as well as League Pass, but it won't let me watch the Bucks Warriors game on TNT due to a regional blackout.
What?
What the am I supposed to do? Why the does the NBA
says he
make
lives
it
in
so
Oregon.
hard to watch the product? To which someone replied, "It's really funny to me. I live in Vegas, but I can't watch the Clippers or Kings. If I move to a different zip code 10 minutes east, I also cannot watch the Lakers on top of the Clippers and Kings. They just make up. The truth is, many NBA fans have a specific team they love to watch. Usually, their home team. But the NBA makes it so frustrating to follow them. Oftentimes, you don't know if the game is going to play on League Pass, TNT, ESPN, or some other random channel. With all this hassle, it's so much easier to just tune into something else, especially in a world overflowing with entertainment options. This is yet another reason why NBA viewership keeps dropping.
You know what I mean? Words was thrown out there that shouldn't be thrown out there between, you know what I mean, two men. And so that kind of just drew the line for me. And I'm one of those, once you're on one side, bro, you stay in there.
Man, PG, you ain't doing nothing, bro.
Why I tweeted at Paul George on his podcast, where he shares why he's no longer a fan of Chris Paul, in a video titled, Why the NBA is Dying. Well, let me explain, or better yet,
this man trying to sound intimidating, bro.
Explain.
So, Podcast P, I want to pull this up before I say it. This season, 10 games played, 16 podcast episodes. Salary $49 million.
Yo,
are you getting paid
yo, Killer Cam is goated, bro.
The podcast,
oh my gosh.
Are you getting paid to play? How you got more podcast episodes than games played?
That is crazy.
Story mode
nah, Killer Cam funny,
Crawford,
bro.
The Drew
what you know about Dipset, nigga?
Premiere. Paul George has been dropping podcast after podcast on his podcast P
Now,
channel.
I'm gonna be fair. I actually like stuff like this. Like, I actually like NBA players and NFL players are starting to, like, you know, make YouTube channels and get more comfortable in, like, the social media space, streaming and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with this. Now, obviously, that's my washing machine. It's gonna go off. One more beep. No, two more beeps. All right, good? Yeah. All right, look. I don't have a problem with this because I always felt like personally to me, like, bro, it makes me, like, want to relate to a player more and become more of a fan of a player when they have, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the vlogs and stuff like that and, like, you know, the day in the lives and, you know, everything around in that circumstances and stuff. But obviously, if he's having more podcasts and stuff versus games played and he's talking crazy, that's when it does become an issue. But obviously, you know, Paul George is injured and stuff, so prayers to him. But
they highlight a trend among NBA
I don't mind this.
They don't seem to care about the league anymore. To them, the NBA feels like a stepping stone or a paycheck. And you know what? The fans can feel that vibe.
I don't like the NBA.
Why not the NBA?
Don't give a.
Anyway,
damn.
When it comes to
is that an NBA player?
Specifically, just
NBA. Don't give a.
Anyway,
is that an NBA player?
When it comes to Paul George specifically, just listen to what this one Philly fan had to say.
I just slept until 5 p.m. And I woke up and looked at my phone, and I see a Paul George podcast featuring Reggie Jackson. The day after Paul George drops 2 points and leaves the game with another leg injury.
It wouldn't be fair to put all the blame on Paul George because this is a much bigger league-wide trend.
Right.
Take Zion Williamson, for example. One of the most hyped prospects in recent NBA history. Instead of focusing on the game, he seems to care more about food.
That's messed up. Now, I don't know why. It just gave me another thought, too. Bro, the NBA also needs to start allowing players that come out of high school. You know, I feel like that's going to help the league a little bit more, too, bro. Like, you have a high school player that's a complete elite beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to sit here and, like, wait for this nigga a whole year or two, you know what I'm saying, either go to college or be in the G League and stuff like that? That's what another thing I feel like the NBA lost its aura. Like, you're not letting players come out of high school. Like, that gives it so much more exclusivity, bro. Like,
basketball.
That's just personally my opinion.
At your age. Be honest.
Since it's you, I'll be real. There are times when I will say that, man, that shit hard. It's hard, man. Like 20, 22, a lot of money. It feel like all the money in the world, man.
Then there's Ben Simmons, once hailed as the next LeBron James.
Hell nah.
He's earning tens of millions of dollars, but still hasn't bothered to develop a jump shot. I mean,
I shoot better than Simmons.
He misses practically every mid-range jumper. And let's not forget
Simmons
the countless
scrub,
other players who just show up to play, but don't seem to care whether they win or lose.
In the NBA, you lose, you still getting money. And I know for sure, like, after you lose, you're like, damn, I lost. You be hurt. Look at your bank account, $35 million. College, you really lose, you're done.
That's it. I mean, let's be real. Like, that's always existed. Like, you know, I don't know why that was even brought
I know this doesn't apply to every player. Some genuinely care about winning, and that's the reason why fans love them. But the harsh truth is that the majority of players, even some superstars, don't seem to show that passion. And if they don't care, why should viewers bother tuning in?
In the words of the great Steph Curry, we can tell Donald Trump, night, night.
I'm not here to dive into politics, but another big reason the NBA is losing viewership is its polarizing stance on political issues.
Me and my friends call each other that all the time. I'm not his friend, though. I don't want to see that on the note. He's not my friend.
Again, I'm not picking sides or saying which side is better, but the reality is, when the NBA chooses one side of the political spectrum, they alienate the other side of their viewers.
If there's a poll I'd be interested in,
I see what they're saying.
What percentage of MLB players give to the left and the right? What percentage of NHL players give to the left and the right? NBA and NFL. Which one do you think is going to be majority of the money being given to the left?
NBA.
100%. And it won't even be close.
Damn, lost a fan. I remember why I don't watch the NBA anymore. And this is the main reason I don't watch the NBA anymore. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for NBA players to speak out about the state of the country or share their opinions on who they prefer in the White House. But based on what I've seen, it's clearly bad for business. You don't lose all the viewers from the opposing political side, but you definitely lose a chunk of them. And when you combine that with the lack of drama, overly abusive referees, the difficulty of watching games, and players who don't seem to care about winning, you end up with the perfect storm for plummeting viewership. Oh, and I haven't even touched on the three-point shooting yet, which has made some games almost unbearable to watch. The three-point shot was revolutionary when Steph Curry came out of nowhere, hitting impossible shots from the court.
Look at Curry, man. Inspirational.
But now,
inspiring the NBA, that's all I was trying to say.
Calculated algorithm, like what the Celtics are doing right now, it loses its magic. Entertainment is just too easy to find these days. Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime, TikTok, UFC, you name it. Sure, the NBA just signed a massive new deal and made more money than ever, but that doesn't change the fact that viewership is falling. If the league wants to bounce back and dominate the entertainment world again, they need to seriously rethink many aspects of their business. Not that I'll ever stop watching, though. As a super fan, I can't get enough of the NBA.
Same.
I mean, did you all catch the game where Jordan Poole took down Nikola Jokic in a showdown absolutely no one saw coming? On a night when
we
Jokic
reacted to that
dropped a
game.
career-high 56 points? Yeah, Jordan Poole straight up turned into Steph Curry that night and completely took over against the best player in the world. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, don't worry, because I've got the whole story for you right over here.
Hey, man, very, very good video right here, man. Shout out once again to Hoop Reports. I mean, yeah, he spat nothing but facts, you know what I'm saying, throughout the video. I mean, comment down below, guys, what do you think the NBA could do to help bring the league back? Bro, it's crazy because, like, bro, they can literally, like, take, like, 2 out of these, like, 15 different, like, advice and problems, and they'll just be right back. You know what I'm saying, where they at. You know, they need to do something, bro, because what the state is right now, it is not looking good whatsoever.